My dear students, now we are beginning the second part of our second lecture. The topic of the second lecture, the steroidal compounds. And if you remember, the first part was about general information of steroidal compounds, and we gave a general classification of steroidal compounds. We took analysis of two groups of steroidal compounds, one of them cardiac glycosides and a second one D group vitamins. Now we continue this topic, steroidal compounds, and we'll speak about corticosteroids and sex hormones. Generally, hormones are substances that are secreted by the ductless glands, and only minute amounts are necessary to produce the various physiological reactions in the body. However, the sex hormones belong to the steroidal class of compounds and are produced in the gonads, i.e. testes in the male and ovaries in the female. In fact, their activity seems to be controlled and monitored by the hormones that are produced in the anterior lobe of the pituitary glands. Perhaps because of these inherent characteristics, the sex hormones are invariably termed as the secondary sex hormones, and the hormones of the anterior lobe of the pituitary are called the primary sex hormones. When we speak about classification sex hormones, we must know that sex hormones are usually classified under the following three heads, namely androgens, male hormones, e.g. androsterone, for example, androsterone, testosterone, estrogens, female or follicular hormones, for example, estriol, estradiol, stilbestrol, hexestrol. Gestogens, the corpus luteum hormones, e.g. progesterone. Androgens, if we speak about androgens, we must know that all the androgens are the derivatives of androstan, and the number of carbon atoms in androstan 19. The two most important androgens are androsterone and testosterone. You can see the structure of androsterone. You can see that in 17 position, keto group, in position carbon-free hydroxyl groups, and you can see two angular methyl radicals in the position 10 and 13. And the chemical name of androsterone 3-alpha hydroxy 5-alpha androstan 17-O. Androsterone, which have melting point 185 degrees Celsius, is a naturally occurring androgen that may be isolated from male urine. It can also be synthesized from epicholestenyl acetate as given below. You can see this reaction when we received androsterone, and it may be synthesized from epicholestenyl acetate as to with using two stages. First, as by the oxidation with chromium 6 oxide, and secondly, the subjecting the resulting product to hydrolysis to yield the desired product. When we speak about testosterone, You can see the structure of testosterone, and you can see in the carbon-free keto group, in the position 5-6 double bond, and we can see two methyl angular radicals in position carbon 10 and 13, and hydroxyl group in position 17. Testosterone may be synthesized from the following two starting materials, to primary materials, namely from cholesterol, first one, the second one from dehydroepiandrosterone. Testosterone controls the development as well maintenance of the male sex organs and cellularly responsible for the male secondary sex characteristics. It also increases the size of the cerutum flaccus, seminal vesicles, prostate, and enchain the sexual activity in adolescent males. Testosterone, along with other androgens, are invariably employed in the male for replacement therapy in hypogonadism, eunuchism, and male climacteric. Thus, for prolonged treatment subcutaneously, 600 mg, for breast cancer up to 1.5 gram, alternatively 10 to 30 mg per day through the buccal administration. There are, in fact, quite a few important derivatives of testosterone that have been used extensively in therapy. Testosterone acetate, testosterone epionate, testosterone decanate, testosterone enantate, testosterone isocaproate, testosterone ketolaurate, testosterone phenylacetate, testosterone phenylpropionate, testosterone propionate, testosterone androcanate. And except this preparation, there are methyltestosterone, methylandrostenediol, metandriol, metandinone, or metandrostenolone, which have anabolic effect. What does it mean? Increase synthesis peptides, amino acids. You can see the structure of testosterone propionate. And you can see the structure of methyltestosterone. The chemical name of testosterone propionate, androsten 4 oil 17B-free propionate. Methyltestosterone, the chemical name 17B hydroxy 17 alpha methylandrost 4N 3-on. Metandriol is INN name of methylandrostenediol. You can see this structure, and you can see the chemical name 3-beta 70-beta dehydroxy 70 alpha metandrost 5N monohydrate. And you can see the structure of metandinone. Metandinone, the INN name of metandrostenolone. And you write the Latin name of metandinone, metandrostenolonum. And you can see a double bond in the first cycle, cycle A, and keto group in A cycle. And you can see the chemical name of this preparation 17B hydroxy 70 alpha metandrost 1.4 DN 3-on. Identification. When we speak about identification, we must know that they are physical characteristics and chemical characteristics of this preparation. For example, methyltestosterone with acetate anhydrate form methyltestosterone acetate or acetate, which has melting point 173, 178 degrees Celsius, but metandriol has melting point 174, 180 degrees Celsius. With physical properties, we can differ this preparation each other. And you can see this reaction with acetic anhydride from methyl testosterone acetate as precipitate. The second reaction, methyl testosterone as and methandienone have in carbon-free keto group and with hydroxylamine form oximes and temperature melt 166, 171 degrees Celsius and 210, 216 degrees Celsius for the first and for the second substances accordingly. You can see methyl testosterone and methandienone or metandrostenolone. Other name of methandienone, metandrostenolone. You can see this reaction with hydroxylamine, and you can see that hydroxyl amine groups connects instead of oxygen in position carbon free and form oxime of methyl testosterone. The next reaction, methandienone, is determined with forming hydrazone colored in orange-red color with 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. You can see 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine, which connect in oxygen instead of oxygen group in position carbon free and form with hydrazine form hydrazone 2,4-diphenylhydrazone methandienone, which has orange-red color. For identification and quantitative determination or assay of this preparation is used ultraviolet spectrophotometrical determination UV for testosterone propionate 240 nanometer, methyl testosterone 241 nanometer, methandienone 245 nanometer, metandriol 240 nanometer. Methandienone and metandriol have anabolic effect for increase the synthesis of peptides and amino acids during ulcer, myocardial infarction, heart traumas, the disease of vessels. We also have the informations about synthetic anabolic remedies, which includes the 19 non-testosterone derivatives. The 19th non-testosterone derivative. You can see the structure of testosterone and 19th non-testosterones. You can see that in 10 position, instead of methyl radicals, there is hydrogen, and it's 19 nortestosterone. Among the derivatives of 19 nortestosterone in medicine practice are used nandrolone or nandrolone phenylpropionate and nandrolone decanate. Other name phenabalin and retabalil. You can see the structure nandrolone phenylpropionate or phenabalin. Nandrolone phenylpropionate is the name of this preparation, and phenabalinum is Latin name, and you can see the structure without methyl radicals in 10 position, and in 17 position we have phenylpropionate the rest of phenylpropionate, and chemical name of this preparation 17 beta oxy 19 nor 4 androsten 3 on 17b phenyl propionate or phenylpropionate 19 nor testosterone. UV spectrophotometry gives lambda maximum in 240 nanometer, or ultraviolet. Ultraviolet spectrophotometry is used for determination of this preparation. Nandrolone decanate. Nandrolone decanate also has anabolic effects, and other name retabalil, and determined by chromatography in thin layers, or use thin layer chromatography. Except this preparation, there are potassium arotate and riboxinum, which have no steroidal structure. You can see that kalium arotas, or other name diaron, kalium aroticum, aracit, potassium arotatis, or potassi arotas. And you can see that this preparation belongs to uracil derivative, and you can see that in the base of this preparation there is pyrimidine cycle, but namely belong to uracil derivatives. The next preparation, riboxine or inazine. Riboxinum INN name, inazine riboxinum Latin name, inazine INN name, and this preparation belongs to preparation the purine, and its a chemical name hypoxanthine riboside, or 9 beta D ribofuranazil hypoxanthine. These remedies are used as anabolic. They take part in metabolic processes. Anabolic remedies are often used by sportsmen. Other preparation, estrogens. The estrogens are mainly concentrated are mainly concerned with growth and function of the sex organs. In general, they are classified under the subheads, namely steroidal gestogens and non-steroidal estrogens. Steroidal estrogens and non-steroidal estrogens. Steroidal estrogens, you can see that these structures, all of them essentially possesses a steroidal nucleus, and this preparation has estrogenic activity. For example, estrone, you can see the structure estrone or folliculin. Estradiol, you can see the structure estradiol. You can see the structure estriol. And you can see that the first cycle A, is aromatic, and this preparation has no angular methyl radicals in position carbon 10. You can see. They are received from cholesterol. Synthesis of estradiol and estradiol dipropionate, you can see synthesis of this preparation from estrone, and when in presence of aluminum isoproperoxide and reductation, during reduction received estradiol, and with 2 molecules of acetic acid form estradiol dipropionate. And you can see the chemical name of this preparation estradiol 135, tendiol 38B, dipropionate. Estradiol was first obtained by the reduction of estradiol, but later it was isolated from the ovaries of cows. Estradiol is found to be the most active of the naturally occurring estrogenic hormones produced in the ovarian follicles under the influence of the pituitary. It helps to regulate and subsequent maintenance of the female sex organs, certain function of the human uterus, and above all the secondary sex features and the mammary glands. There are half-synthetic preparation of estradiol such as ethinyl estradiol, mestranol, estradiol dipropionate. You can see half-synthetic preparations from estrone. From estrone we receive ethinyl estradiol, and there are this preparation ethinyl estradiol, mestranol. There are white crystalline powders insoluble in water, soluble in chloroformium and ethanol, and ethanol. You can see these structures, half synthetic estrogen hormones. When we speak about identification, this identification with concentrated sulfuric acid for ethinyl estradiol form orange-red color, for mestranol red color, for estradiol dipropionate form ethyl ether of propionic acid, which has specific smell. You can see this reaction forming estradiol from estradiol dipropionate during hydrolysis in presence of sulfuric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid, and you can see that ethyl acid with ethanol form ether with fruit smell. The second reaction, benzoyl chloride with ethinyl estradiol form benzoate ethinyl estradiol, and you can see that instead of hydroxyl group form connect the rest of benzyl chloride. UV and IR spectrophotometric determination and HPLG determination are also used for determination of these preparations. When we speak about assay for ethinyl estradiol, we use spectrophotometric determination in lambda maximum 281 nanometer, and we use also photocolorimetric determination and photocolorimetric when we form bis other component. You can see bis other component, it's other dye, and this in this case our preparation takes part as other component, and we take the other component, and at the end of reaction we received other dye. For estradiol dipropionate, assay method alkali hydrolysis, and you can see alkali hydrolysis. At the end of reaction received estradiol and 2 molecules kalium acetate, and the rest of potassium hydroxide with hydrochloric acid is titrated, and indicator phenolphthalein. Mestranol includes in tablets intercondine, and it's contraceptive, which have mistranol and have nor have non-ethinondrel. Ethinyl estradiol include in contraceptive tablets also marvelon, nonavlon, and avidon. When we speak about gestagens and its half-synthetic preparations, we give the structure of this preparation, and you must know that gestagens are derivatives or pregnan, and pregnan has 21 carbon atoms as corticosteroids. Corticosteroids also are derivatives of pregnan, and you can see that progesterone has in the base pregnan 4 dione 2 free 20. In medicine practice are used medicine preparation of natural hormone progesterone and its half-synthetic analogs norethiosterone and med-oxyprogesterone acetate or Provera. You can see the structure or norethiosterone or narcoleptic. You can see the structure or medoxyprogesterone acetate Provera, and you can see the free position double keto group, and you can see in 5 and 6 position double bonds, and you can see the chemical names of this preparation, all of them white or yellowish crystalline powders, insoluble in water, soluble in ethanol and chloroformum. When we speak about identification, we use UV spectrophotometric determination in alpha maximum 241 nanometer for progesterone, and for norethiosterone 240 nanometer. And a second reaction forming oxime in carbon free, because carbon free has keto group, and you can see this reaction with hydroxylamine at the end of reaction from oxime norethiosterone. The third reaction forming norethiosterone acetate because of alkali hydroxyl. You can see that in 17 position norethiosterone has alkali hydroxyl, and with acetic anhydride, you can see this reaction with acetic anhydride form ether, and temperature melting of these norethiosterone acetas or acetate 158-163 degrees Celsius, and norethiosterone acetas as precipitate form. Assay for identification and assay of progesterone is used 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. At the end of reaction form hydrazone. You can see that 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine connects instead of keto group in position carbon free, and 4,2,4-dihydrophenylhydrazone of progesterone. And also norethiosterone is determined by indirect neutralization method, and you can say with silver nitrate from silver acid of norethiosterone, then the surplus of formed nitric acid we determined by sodium hydroxide and titrated by sodium hydroxide, and we used neutralization method. Instead of except of these methods, we also use spectrophotometric method and HPLG methods. For example, for progesterone, we use lambda maximum 241 nanometer. For norethiosterone, lambda maximum 263 nanometer. You can see that it's UV diapason of light. Gestogens or corpus luteum hormones are mostly secreted by the corpus luteum portion of the ovarium, and they metabolize to various inactive products, e.g., for example, pregnandiol. The metabolites are essentially excreted through urine. Using its employing to the treatment of functional uterine bleeding. It's also used in conjunction with the estrogen in the treatment of menstrual disorders, neoplasms of the breast, and endometrium. Sometimes it also finds its use in habitual and treatment abortion. Progesterone is used as cytostatic during mammary gland cancer and uterus cancer. Now we speak about corticosteroids and its derivatives, and we speak about steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. You know that anti-inflammatory drugs divide into two groups, steroidal and non-steroidal. To steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs belong corticosteroids. To non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs belongs about 9 groups of different chemical groups preparations. For example, acetylcysteine, for example, a lot of preparation. For example, paracetamol, aspirin, and other preparation belong to non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, about 9 groups preparation, and later we speak about these non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, but today we'll take steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. And adrenal cortical hormones secretion is controlled by the hypothalamus, to which the pituitary gland is attached. When the body is stressed, corticotropin releasing factor CRF, produced by the hypothalamus, travels through a network of capillaries to the anterior lobe of the pituitary. There it induces the production and secretion of adrenocorticotropic hormone, ACTH, or adrenocorticotropin. ACTH, often called the stress hormone, stimulates the adrenal cortex to synthesize the secrete of glucocorticoid cortisol. Corticosteroid divided into 2 groups: mineralocorticosteroids, for example, desoxycorticosterone, acetate, aldosterone, and others. And the second one, glucocorticosteroids, for example, corticosterone acetate, hydrocortisone acetate, and its half-synthetic analogs, prednisone and prednisolone. Now you can see synthesis of desoxycorticosterone acetate. Desoxycorticosterone is synthesized from cholesterol, and we received epicholinic acid and diazoketone. Then at the end of reaction, we received desoxycorticosterone acetate. When we speak about synthesis cortisone, we say that for synthesis of cortisone, we take psilocybin. What does it mean, psilocybin? Psilocybin is aglycone of glycoalkaloid from plant Solanum avicularia. You can see psilocybin, the structure of psilocybin. From psilocybin received progesterone. From progesterone received 11 alpha oxyprogesterone, and when oxidized or 11 alpha oxyprogesterone, we receive cortisone. And you can see the structure hydrocortisone acetate. Hydrocortisone acetate has in the carbon 11 hydroxyl group. Prednisolone have two double bonds in the cycle A, and in the cycle A, and you can see identification of this preparation, but all of them are insoluble in water. White crystalline powder, desoxycartone and prednisone, middle soluble in ethanol, cortisone and hydrocortisone acetates, very slightly soluble. Cortisone and prednisolone slightly soluble in chloroformium, desoxycartone and cortisone soluble in chloroformium. When we speak about identification, we can see that this preparation which have alpha ketol group, you can see this alpha ketol group, and for alpha ketol group we give failing reagents from red-orange precipitate because alpha ketol group change in carboxyl group and gets carboxyl group. In present failing reagents form, you can see carboxyl groups, alpha ketol group changing carboxyl group, senet or signet salt, and formic acid, and red-orange color of copper oxide 1. The second reaction, Silva mirror reaction, also for alpha ketol group with silver ammonium nitrate from black gray precipitate of silver, and for ammonium salt and carboxylic group, and ammonium formiate and ammonium nitrate. The third reaction with chloride 3-phenyl tetrazole in ethanol in present 10% solution of tetramethyl ammonium hydroxide appears red color because of foam pharmazone, because of foam pharmazone, and you can see that its preparation pharmazone, you can see the structure. Pharmazone have two double bond in the structure and double bond in the structure, and for also for the alpha ketol group. As at the first and second reaction, alpha ketol group. The reaction is used for photometrical determination in alpha maximum, in lambda maximum 525 nanometer. The first reaction with concentrated sulfuric acid, this reaction for a steroidal cycle, and form different colored products. And the fifth one, the phenylhydrazine with phenylhydrazine, it reaction for keta group, and keta group in carbon free position, phenylhydrazine with, for example, cortisone acetate, form phenylhydrazone of cortisone acetate. And the next one, the sixth reaction, hydroxam reaction. You can see hydroxam reaction with hydroxylamine in alkali medium form hydroxam and form acetohydroxam acid, and with acetohydroxam acid with iron free salts form dark red cortisone acetate. In the case of cortisone acetate, in the case of desoxycarton or desoxycorticosterone acetate, red brown color. You can see it's hydroxylamine reaction, it reaction of hydroxylamine with iron chlorophyll form hydroxamate iron. It's colored product. The sixth one, if the preparation is ether, after reacts with sodium with potassium hydroxide in alcohol solution form potassium acetate, which gives reaction with concentrated sulfuric acid and form ethyl acetate with fruit smell. You can see this reaction is hydrolysis. At the end of reaction, potassium acetate, potassium with ethanol in present concentrated sulfuric acid, water taked reagents and form fruit smell ether. Assay IR and UV spectrophotometric determination and photometric determination with colored reactions. These preparations are steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, desensitizators, has anti-allergic and anti-toxic action. There are fluor derivatives of prednisolone. And you must know that fluor derivatives of prednisolone divided into two groups, main two groups, which have two fluor atoms in position 9 and 6 and one fluor atom in position 9. They are mono fluor derivatives in position carbon 9, for example, dexamethasone, triamcinolone, and difluor derivatives in position carbon 9 and carbon 6, for example, flumethazone pivalate and fluacinolone acetonide. Fluor derivatives are more active as anti-inflammatory and anti-allergic remedies. You can see the structure of this preparation, dexamethasone, which have fluor in carbon 9. For example, triamcinolone also have fluor atom, one fluor atom in carbon 9, and D-fluor derivatives in 9 and 6 position, for example, flumethazone, pivalate, and fluacinolone acetonide, or sinalar sinaflan, which have two fluor atoms in position 9 and 6. You can see this structure. I think it's all. The lecture is over, and I gave the full information about all the group steroidal compounds which are used in medicine. For example, we spoke about D group vitamins. We spoke about heart or cardiac glycosides. We spoke about corticosteroids. We spoke about all of the group sex hormones. And I think that's all. Thank you for attention, and we'll see you again. And our third lecture will be about aromatic compounds, and we'll have 3 lectures again. And these lectures will be about aromatic compounds, different groups of aromatic compounds. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you soon.